Life agents and advisors, we have mastered AI advertising so you don't have to. You can focus on being a virtual annuity sales professional while you profit from the system that we deploy on your behalf. And in this video, I'm going to cover how we use AI to develop audiences to target people who are in market for annuities and the ads that get them to click in a qualified manner. And so this is leveraging our system we call preemptive advantage, right? And it's our four-pillar AI advertising system. In this video, I'm going to cover two of the four pillars. Let's start with AI audience targeting. And so first you have to understand what basic ad targeting really is. And it leads to limited reach, results, and ROI. And so most advertisers on Facebook use basic ad targeting, which only allows them to reach about 3% of the market. And this is often referred to as interest targeting and is based on users' behaviors who are actively shopping for products and services similar to yours. Like they're maybe clicking around things on retirement planning or financial services, right? And this segment of our buyers pool is explained to us in a concept by the late Chet Holmes in his book, The Ultimate Sales Machine, right? He called it the buyer's pyramid, right? And only 3% of consumers are ready to buy right now, which is who we reach with using just interest targeting alone. What this smaller audience, though, means to you is less leads, sustainability, and opportunity. And this is really just the top of the buyer's pyramid, right? There's another 7% of people who are open to your solution. And if we had better advertising strategies, we could reach them too, right? And with the right messaging and advertising creative, like those images, we could also reach those people who aren't thinking about it. But once we remind them of the problem they have, they would move to open to it and ultimately down our funnel to becoming ready to buy, right? And then there's another segment here that don't think they're interested that you might be able to reach, but isn't really worth it. And this last segment certainly isn't worth it. So if we just focus on the top three, we have to answer the question, how do we expand our audience target beyond the limited 3% of ready to buy audience and therefore expand our opportunity? And the answer is AI. Going from 3% to 40% market penetration is a 13x expansion of our audience. And we're able to do this using a strategy we called qualified profile matching. And that's because we aren't just marketing experts. We're actual virtual selling annuity producers ourselves, right? We use these campaigns to write business ourselves, completely virtual, right? And we have a 200 data point profile on the characteristics that are consistent not only with those people who have the problem that we solve with our best in class annuities, but those who we have actually issued business with. We have data profiles that have points like age, assets, risk tolerance, desires, and many other important factors. And this allows us to expand our audience reach by 13 times, going from that 3 to 40% penetration. And we take this profile, right? We feed it back to the AI to get hyper clear on who buys our annuity solutions, which allows us to put our ads in front of the people who aren't yet ready in the ready to buy segment, but are both open to it and just not thinking about it yet until they see our ads, right? And so now that we have the target audience nailed down leveraging AI, we can move on to the AI creative development, those images that stop the scroll and ultimately lead people to the click. Now, most advertisers and lead vendors deliver poor results by driving what I call the broken customer journey. You see, we're not a lead vendor. Let me tell you what a lead vendor is, and we can draw the comparison to preemptive advantage after that. So here's what a broken customer journey of the average lead vendor looks like. First, they run an average ad saying anything they can do, which is free, or they make it seem like a government program or no cost, or even a giveaway, which is now illegal according to the FTC. Anything they can do to get a click, right? And then once the people click, they just do the minimum amount to maybe get them to fall down the rabbit hole of filling out their name, email, and phone number, enough to call it a lead, right? And the result is you get low qualified, low intent lead opportunities. These types of leads are often non-exclusive, so you're competing for conversation, and the results, you get treated like a commodity because you're selling with commodities and just basic tactics, right? And you're left here like this guy thinking, what am I supposed to do with this? Right? This broken customer journey delivers low quality and for most agents has no path to ROI. Maybe drop broken in the comments below if you've experienced, or maybe you're living this customer journey right now. I mean, heck, I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and I saw this ad, right? It's like barely has any specific details in it. And when you click it, headline and survey, no education, no intent, low qualification. what type of results would you expect from this? You're going to be this guy with your hands up in the air or your hands on your head thinking, how am I supposed to make any sense of this? The advertising platforms, they want to drive engagement, ultimately retention, because the more people they have on their site, the more time each of the users spend on the platform, the more advertising they can sell. And so when you build ads that drive engagement through that recognition and resonance, you're massively rewarded. It drives down your cost per impression and lowers your cost per click, which means your campaigns become more profitable, right? And so here's the anatomy of a social ad on like Facebook and Instagram. First, we have an image that we develop with AI to stop the scroll. Then the headline below the image hooks the interest and gets them to move up to the copy above the image on Facebook, below on Instagram. And that's what qualifies the click, gets them educated and in pursuit of a resonant solution. And so when they click, right, we know it resonates. At this point, we've targeted the right audience with the right message and achieved recognition and resonance, which drove that qualified click. And now we need to move on to what are the assets that we develop and test with AI to convert a click into a lead, right? And the thing is, we're not sending them to a lead form on Facebook or just a survey form on someone else like we just saw in that broken customer journey. What we're going to do instead is sending to a landing page that educates and motivates and gets them in pursuit of a specific solution that we can provide to a clearly defined problem. So in the next video, if you want to complete this customer journey of at least the 3 AI components of our 4-pillar AI advertising system we call Preemptive Advantage, then click the link of the next video for AI lead generation for Annuity. But if you're ready to say, hey, listen, I want to get access to the system before the territory I want is gone, then in the description, there's a link to book a call with a team and see if this would make sense for you. If you want to add $5 to $10 million in annuity production this year, completely virtual, then book that call. Otherwise, drop a like and then click on to the next video, and we'll see you there.